Hey everybody, not a huge intro today. It's another episode of Strategy Sunday, and we are covering the map Big Race. Now, Big Race is a tier 2 to tier 5 map, and I go into discussing what works for me on the map and what doesn't work for me. And I hope you find it useful. Take care. Cheers. Hey everybody. Welcome back to Strategy Sunday, the discussion that I try and provide you with a little bit of guidance on how to play some of the maps in World of Warships. Now, during the week, I did an interview with Louise, arguably one of the very best CV players that I know, busy doing a little bit of editing and cleaning up. It is very rough. Now, if you want to see it, if you want to see just a rough Zoom conversation that we had while discussing it on the map, please let me know. Now, let me have one look. Oh, Big Race. Yeah, I forgot the map that I had pulled up there. Okay, so we're looking at Big Race as a map. Big Race is a map that you're going to see from about tier 2 until about tier 5. It is one of the most common maps in lower tiers, and if you're really starting out new to the game, I do suggest that you kind of look at how the map is laid out and take some advice. As always, we start with green, our little destroyers. Now, destroyers in low tiers do not have very far torpedoes, so they tend to have to be sneaky. The most sneaky route that I've seen where the destroyers duke it out is this channel down here. That is Destroyer Alley. You sweep around like that, you torpedo that way. You can make a turn like that and you torpedo. And it gets very interesting here. What you can also do sometimes is try to torpedo some of these smaller gaps here. So down there, I keep changing the color there. Down there and try and torpedo there. But you really have to be careful, because every once in a while you'll have a cruiser come down here, and then things do get very interesting. Alright, so the other spots for destroyers that you can approach is you go around the outside, approach there, or you can go up there, and obviously if you're on the other side, sort of there and see what is out there and try and destroy it. Your big no-no, let's redo that. That is a big no-go zone for destroyers, and I'll tell you why when we get to the cruisers. So sometimes cruisers cover this alley for your destroyer. Same here, cover these alleys for your destroyers. If your destroyer comes in here and he manages to spot stuff for you there, obviously try and help them, try and shoot them. It's not a difficult map to play, but a lot of times players get caught up in what I would like to call a no-go zone, and this is especially true for cruisers. Both sides, those two gaps are no-go zones for cruisers, and there's specific reasons, and I'll explain to them when we hit the battleships. What you can also do as a cruiser, depending on your range, and I mean if you are extremely lucky in something like a Kirov, you're a tier 5 and you got into a 4 to 5 or a pure 5 match, and you've got 15-16 kilometer range on your guns, you could go out here and try and gun it. But no, it's not an advantageous strategy for every ship. I do see cruisers coming around here, there, and shooting. Same for these alleys over here. Again, cruisers, your big no-go area. Now let's just redo that cross. That's much better. That is a big no-go area. And I say it with specific reasons. Battleships. Now, battleships, from what I've found here, when I'm down in this map playing it, usually I have a battleship lurking somewhere around there, and then I do it again. I messed my color up. You have battleships, they're cruising up that line. Battleships cruising up that line. Tongue twister there. Battleships cruising there. Battleship cruising there. Now, it's a bit grey for strategy. If you're a battleship in one of these red lines, and you're spotted in a cruiser, you are trapped here. You're a goner. You are literally trapped there. And it limits the maneuverability that you have to an incredible extent. I'll see battleships sometimes sit over there. So you can't go out there because the battleship's going to shoot at you. You can't go here because there's always a torpedo fight happening here. And it applies for both. You know, if you are this cruiser and you try and get through, he's going to see you, you're going to get blapped. If you're here, you're trying to get out of there, there's one there, there's probably one there, you're going to get blapped. So cruisers, stay out of this area. Down here, in this channel, if your DD has won it, it's a much better fight. Use these islands for cover on both sides. It is a much easier fight to have. And depending on which island you pick will depend on, obviously, the tier match that you're playing and the range of your cruiser. Now, cruisers, if you are starting to take losses on this side, and it's same for this side, and I see it happen so often, don't sail here. Don't sail here. You're in open water. Get to the islands, use the islands for cover here. Battleships, if the battle starts turning, the tide starts turning, so you're 3 kills up to the enemy with no kills, so you haven't had any losses and you've killed 3 enemies. Battleships, don't be afraid to push up here. Same for the top. Don't be afraid to push down. And I say this because usually your torpedo little boats are fighting down there. You might have one out here, but this is a wide enough area where you can avoid torpedoes. Just don't sail like a total potato. So this area is prime battleship fighting area. And again, if a battleship sails up there or sails down there and you're on either teams and you're caught in this little lagoon area there, you are hammered. You're in trouble. This is not a difficult map to play. Stick to the fundamentals. Use the islands as cover if you're a cruiser. If you're a battleship, position you that you can support the cruisers. As a destroyer, spot, clear this area out first. That is super important. Clear this area out first. Go up here, try and spot for the team. Alternatively, sneak through in the middle there, spot for the team. If you are a destroyer that's moved up here, one of the other things you can do, and this is more if you're a bit of a seal clubber and yeah, you go down to lower tiers, or you're forced to do lower tier matches like the Epoch missions had. And you have a very good commander for your DD. You could try here. Go here, spot what is there. Just know if you get spotted there, if you get caught there, you're in a bit of a pickle. Because there's just open water and there's just that island over there. So yeah. So super easy match. Apologies, super easy map. Fun and enjoyable matches to be had here. Not difficult to play. And yeah, please go out and enjoy it. So in the comments, if I can just ask one thing from the team, anybody that watches this, please let me know if you'd like to see the raw footage of me and Louise discussing carrier position, etc. I'd love to know if you're up for that, if you're interested in that. As I said, Louise is arguably one of the best CV players that I know in the game, and he was happy to share his insights, but I don't want to publish a 25-minute CV discussion with him if it's going to get 3 views and the views are 3 minutes long. I can spend my time doing something else. So please, just let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this installment of Strategy Sunday. And yeah, we'll speak soon. Take care. Cheers.